me? For real? Oh. You can call from the Bahamas using Rev Boy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards for much less.
Hey girl, are you ready?
You get free unlimited on-island calls, voicemail, and no internet service or ID is required.
Hello?
Rev Boy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards. Staying in touch never sounded so good.
Good evening, Bahamas. You are tuned in to NB12 broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios. Coming up tonight in news, excessive rainfall ruins the court and delays the sentencing of a convicted murderer, prompting an emotional response. Shocking details revealed in the Kofi Goodman trial today. Flood victims on Soldier Road feel neglected, plus a closer look at tax increases. We've got those stories and much more. I'm Bonnie Toot, and NB12 starts now. Convicted of hacking his girlfriend to death will have to wait a few more weeks to learn his fate after heavy rainfall severely damaged the office of Justice Indra Charles overnight. Charles was expected to sentence Prince Hepburn, who was convicted of the murder of Nellie Mae Brown Cox. Today's delay prompted an emotional response from the victim's family. Jasmine Bonamy has the details.
With the sentencing phase of the trial put off because of the weather this morning, the family of Nellie Mae Brown was brought to tears outside court. Before emotions ran high, lawyers for both the Attorney General's office and Hepburn filed into court. But as quickly as they filed in, they filed out. After it was made clear Justice Charles would not be taking the bench as rain had destroyed her office. Rainwater had also collected in Justice Charles' courtroom and adjoining offices that are located on the second floor of the main Supreme Court building. Ceiling tiles had also caved in and garbage bins were being used to collect water as Ministry of Works staff shoveled water off the ground. The water damage prompted Charles to end all her matters for the day and reschedule the sentencing. Brown Cox's emotional family left court in tears today, saying they were too overcome to appear on camera. One family member sobbed and had to be helped into an awaiting car. This is the second time sentencing has been delayed in the Hepburn case. Last week, Charles postponed sentencing the 50-year-old because she had not received the psychiatric report she needed to determine sentencing. Hepburn, who was married, allegedly told an officer that he had to kill his mistress because she was unfaithful after he spent more than $1 million on her. Brown Cox's mutilated body was found in an apartment on Bougainvillea Avenue in South Beach on April 7, 2011. Hepburn, who is a building contractor, remains in custody. Sentencing has been rescheduled to June 12th. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
And as the Kofi Goodman murder trial continued today, a police sergeant revealed that suspected bloodstains were found in the Yorkshire Street condominium where the accused lived. 40-year-old Goodman is on trial for the September 2011 murder of Marco Archer. He has denied that allegation. Prosecutors allege that police found Archer's remains and clothing near Goodman's home. While taking the stand today, Sergeant Marvin Cargill testified that he collected several pieces of evidence, including swabs of suspected blood and photographs of the condo. Sergeant Cargill showed the court several photos today, including images of suspected blood. Cargill testified that suspected blood was found on a stair in the home, as well as a suspected blood smear on the upstairs western wall. He also testified that suspected bloodstains were found on the mattress cover, as well as the plastic covering the mattress in one of the bedrooms. The case is expected to continue tomorrow. Over the past week, we've heard horror stories from residents of Pinewood Gardens and Eastern New Providence who were trapped in their homes and lost thousands of dollars worth of goods during last week's storm. However, residents in another community say they feel left out. They say assessment teams have visited other impacted areas, but there's been no mention of Soldier Road. Frustrated residents also questioned how they would benefit from the exigency order when they can't even afford to buy new furniture and appliances.
Like the Soldier Road resident, like they left out, especially like the Redland Acres and Goggle Eye Street, Summer Street, especially like Windsor Bliss, like being recognized. Like they're only talking about Pinewood and Nassau Village, but people around here get flooded and drowned out too. I ain't getting no assistance. I ain't seen no one walking around here. They ain't no white sleeping.
When we first visited Kevin Johnson's Sumner Street home following last week's storm, water was knee-deep, forcing him to sleep in his truck. More than a week later, the 44-year-old dump truck driver says he's still sleeping in his vehicle, but there's been no sign of NEMA. Soldier Road residents Donald Lloyd and Wade Riley say they too have been waiting to show inspection teams the damage their homes sustained during severe thunderstorms. They say they've spoken with their member of parliament but not NEMA officials, who have visited Pinewood Gardens and some parts of eastern New Providence so far.
No, you know, nobody else been from them yet, not yet. I've been trying to reach them and no contact back.
Most of the people in the lower areas, they were more damaged than me. You know, I could cope with it, I could live with it, until I could do better. But yeah, if NEMA passed by, I know some people could use their help.
As we spoke with Lloyd today, heavy rain beat down on his wooden roof, leaking into 2 buckets. The tow truck driver says he's praying the weather system soon passes because he has nothing else to lose. So what was in this area here, Mr. Lloyd?
The front room chairs and the coffee table and that's it.
So everything that you had in this room has been destroyed? Your coffee table, couch, all of that stuff gone?
All that gone.
So where have you been sitting?
Well, I've been in my truck and then my room get back, I get some stuff and put my room back, get a little bit. Pass my stuff back, my room back together. We'll live in order for now.
Lloyd says he's hoping NEMA officials will inspect his home so that he can benefit from the exigency order, which will give flood victims on New Providence duty exemptions to replace goods damaged in the May 22nd storm.
Well, the fridge, stove, and the furniture is all gone.
However, Johnson and Riley say without more assistance, they still won't be able to take advantage of that order because they can't afford to buy new furniture.
Well, if I had the money, why not? But fortunately, I just have to wait until things get better.
So you don't have the money to even purchase these items and then possibly bring them in duty free?
No, not right now.
I just hoping they'll just like try and get back my microwave and like the bed and stuff on. The little funny thing I had to entertain myself, but I ain't looking for nothing big. I just need something to catch myself, you see. So that's about it.
And if no one assists you in purchasing them, you won't be able to replace those items?
Like I said, no. I ain't wait for the last 3-4 months.
Over in eastern New Providence, Queens Road resident Nathan Meadow says he has heard from NEMA officials. However, he feels they should have visited his home sooner.
I was hoping somebody would come around long before now so they could really see it while it was dirty and nasty.
Meadow says there are watermarks on his ceiling. Water seeped through his tiles and his wife's car was submerged in rainwater. He says he canceled his flood insurance years ago after his insurance company refused to repair the damage the last time his home was flooded.
I don't think much people looking for a handout. They're looking for some way you could help them so they could get things back online. Even if you have to pay the government back, you don't mind.
NEMA's director, Captain Stephen Russell, acknowledged that teams have not yet assessed Soldier Road and other areas impacted by last week's storm. He said assessments would continue tomorrow if the weather permits. Inspection teams were visiting homes in the Fox Hill community on Tuesday when a flood alert was issued. Russell could not say when they would get to Soldier Road residents. Now that NEMA has received the exigency order from the Ministry of Finance, Russell said they would get the forms out to the various centers throughout New Providence. The order has a 90-day time frame that started on May 28th. During his budget communication in the House of Assembly yesterday, Prime Minister Perry Christie outlined a number of revenue measures intended to generate money and assist in lowering the country's debt. Celeste Nixon takes a look at new revenue measures in this report.
While the government is planning on imposing new taxes on several sectors of the country, they're also planning on bringing relief to others.
Prime Minister Christie said these new measures are intended to improve the state of the country's economy.
It is important to note that the revenue enhancements flowing from these tax and fee adjustments must, in the near term, contribute to keeping us on track with the fiscal objectives of our medium-term fiscal consolidation plan. I will also stress that these adjustments follow a lengthy period during which fees remained unchanged and fell out of line with the costs of providing the services that they cover.
Christie outlined a number of tax reductions and exemptions designed to assist Bahamians. Some of these included extending stamp duty exemption for first-time homeowners. With the aim of lowering fuel cost, BEC will be exempt from excise tax on fuel imports. For environmental reasons, the tariff rate on solar panel inverters, as well as duty on LED appliances, will be eliminated, and the tariff rates on certain medical products will be reduced. Christie said the government has also proposed changes to custom duties on vehicles.
The structure of excise tax rates on motor vehicles remain fundamentally unchanged, but the basis for the assessment of tax is being reversed from engine size to a 3-tier scale of the value of the vehicle.
A 3% tax on gross revenue for domestic banks, a 100% rise in the license fee for offshore institutions, and an end to the stamp duty exemption on repatriated funds are some of the measures that will be felt by the financial sector. The 2013-2014 budget will also increase duty on liquor and tax on tobacco products.
MPs are expected to debate the budget when Parliament resumes on Wednesday. Reporting for MB12, I'm Celeste Nixon.
Coming up, hundreds apply for government property tax amnesty, so stay with us.